Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to go on my first spring walkabout and check on a bunch of stuff, but before that I need to check on my plants. This morning I opened this place up, turned off what I needed to turn off, this, that, and the other thing, and then I left right away to go to watch my daughter at her track meet. But now I got a little bit of time and I'm going to take a look. See, we got a couple different kinds, different looking sprouts in here. Don't know what's going on there. But we got some sprouts in this one as well. This is, well, it's marked as sky blue aster, and this one's marked as pale purple coneflower, but I'm not sure if that's, the tags might be switched. I was like patting this stuff down yesterday and I broke one of my purple milkweed. I gotta watch what I'm doing. There's one right there, a new one. That one finally lost its seed. There's one right there. So these are coming up fairly well. This feels a little on the dry side. That one's got a fair amount of water in it. These were planted 3 days later. The grass is the June grass and the wavy hair grass. This guy is really going to town. But I don't know. What, you know, that could be a weed seed. These are doing really well, the wild lupines. I don't have one in every one, but they're getting pretty big and healthy. Got real nice dark green color. That's what I've been worried about. She's, as soon as I open this door, she's gonna come in, and that's where she's gonna go. Get out of here. Go. Yeah, she's like a bull in a china shop. She will destroy, and as cats are, she may try to take a dump in one of these little, oh, I got the heat thing on there. I'll pull that off. I gotta get some water in this right away, and then we'll take the walkabout. This is my first walkabout of spring, and Mazie the cat is standing on my foot as per usual, and the girls are taking the horses down to get their first workout of the year, which the horses are gonna love. This is the little blue stem garden. In the spring, you can see all the gravel where the plows plowed the gravel road into the ditch here. Everything looks really messy this time of year, but it'll green up pretty soon. So all the plants in the greenhouse are going to be interspersed in between, in the open areas, in by the little blue stem here, and all along the ditch gardens. I have native plants in both, well, I have native grasses only here and native flowers only in the other two. So I'm going to be planting more grasses in that one and more flowers in this one. And eventually these, I want these to become naturalized where I don't have to do almost anything except burn them once a year or once every couple of years. So what I need to do now, I'm going to take a walkabout and go all the way around. There's probably some snow here and there, but I'm going to assess what needs to be done, especially with the fence, and see if I can burn tomorrow down here and see if any trees are down along this way. And the cat will probably come with me, but maybe not. Let's see if the girls are in the round pen yet. That's my daughter. Okay, let's head. Oh yeah, there's snow right here, but I can walk right around it. Damn it. Well, so far the trail is just fine. It's a little on the mushy side, but it loops around down there, and you can see it's full of snow there. This is where I'm clearing this summer. Most of this stuff will be coming out of here. And this is a big ass walnut right here. And there's the big oaks all through there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them right here, and then the big walnut. I won't be doing as much clearing this summer as last summer because I will be working on the addition and putting together the temporary wood shop. So this road right here is going to be connected. This is an old logging road right here. If you've seen the videos from last year, I don't know if I mentioned it right at this point, but we got to blend this road here with this, so it's going to have to ramp up a bit, but it should be pretty nice. And then that's our new land up that way, so we'll probably want to go between them 2 big trees over there and keep going. We have another really big tree over there, and I can't remember what the heck it is. I'm gonna have to identify that one and see if it's a decent tree for an oak savanna or not. Okay, into the snow. The cat was, oh, there she is. She's about 30 feet behind me. Usually she's every 20 feet or so, she comes flying past me because she doesn't like to be in the back. She wants to be the leader. There is the ravine. I showed that with the water rushing over the waterfalls. There's one of the waterfalls right there, and there is nothing. It actually looks fairly dry. And you can see there's a ton of snow here. So if we get a really warm day, this is the north side of the hill. So it's going to take a little bit. Well, it'll either take time or it'll take a really warm day or a heavy rain, and this will all melt. I wish it would come a little bit sooner though. These are actually my footprints from the last time I was through here. That's pretty big. Yeah, this is an every year job. Some years it's much worse than others. We gotta wait for everything to melt, and then the rains come, so the road is not usable for a good while without damaging the road. But when the roads are finally usable, the ones that don't have rock on them, that has rock on it down there, so we can use that as soon as the snow melts. We can't do that here. So as soon as it's usable, I got to get in here and cut out all this. This is green ash, and you can see these are other ones that fell in previous years. We don't burn a lot of firewood anymore, so our gas furnace is just so efficient, it just doesn't even pay to burn firewood. But it's a decent backup if we're low on money someday, or if civil war starts or something like that. We always have that as an option. Yeah, this one's gonna fall pretty soon. All these ash are gonna be history soon. It's about 52 degrees up on top, and down here it's actually pretty nice, but it's probably about 45. It's a little cooler, which is why this snow doesn't melt. Yeah, you can kind of see how deep this thing is from here, and this is really slippery, so I need to watch my ass. I don't want to have any action footage of me going all the way down there. It'd be pretty viral, but it really sucked for me. Looking for that cat. I just saw her behind me on the snow. There she is. She's coming over that log. So a couple days ago, or no, that was yesterday, when I was doing the tying in the vineyard, I could hear the turkeys mating down here. So pretty soon, if I were to go look for them, I could probably find all their nests. They're not a really bright bird, but that one was nesting right over here last year. I don't know if it'll do it again this year. Probably. And if you remember from last year on this, the two trees, I finally got this one cut later in the year when it came unhooked from the way it was. It was entwined with this one. But now this one dropped most of the way to the ground. So I'll be able to get this cut right away. Now I have no way to get through here anymore. So we are supposed to have a guy redozing the road, and he's going to fix the washout down at the bottom. Hopefully. We tried to get him at the end of the year last year, and he just ignored the messages, which is fairly common for just about all the contractors out here. If they're busy, they'll just ignore your messages. He was building a new shop last year, so we knew he was busy, but you really should answer your messages. I'm trying to keep an eye on that damn cat and there she is. I don't know if you can even see her. Now she's on the snow, you should be able to see her. She'll be able to catch up real easy on this. She's trying not to get her feet wet. Okay, from right up here, I can take a look all the way down to the end where the road turns. And there is nothing except for this stuff right here. But I'll have to get rid of that as well. All right. I will see you up by the chair in the woods. And there's the chair in the woods. I can see my daughter up through the woods there. Oh, I don't know if you can see the horse going by up there. That's the round pen. She's working Mark, the horse. There's the cat, Mazie. The story behind this chair in the woods is that it was our old dog Maya's chair, and it just started stinking in the house, so we had set it outside and cleaned it and was airing it out. And then mice got into it right away. So it wasn't coming back in the house. So I wanted to do a little bit of kind of like an art piece out in the woods. I set it down here, and I wanted to see how long it took to just completely deteriorate and go away. It's been down here for 4 years, and it's been Scotch guarded, so I guess that's a good commercial for that brand. But you could see the top is still like perfect, and you could grow moss on anything down here in the woods, so it looks like it might last forever. Okay, let's get going, and right up around the bend is where I'm going to burn, so Let's see how dry that is, and I really, really, really want to burn tomorrow, so hopefully that can happen. We did have rain in the forecast, but now they took that out. And the wind is only supposed to be 3 miles an hour earlier in the day. Oh, the cat just went in a pipe. She hunts these pipes. I have 3 pipes that I put in along this road to catch the water that comes off the side of the hill, so my road don't wash out. But we have on our land, I think we have, oh geez, we probably got 8 pipes altogether that we put in. Okay, burn piles, let's go look at them. This is the east pasture. This is where I was clearing originally last year. I girdled some of the trees. A lot of them were hacked and squirted. So it'll be interesting to see how many trees made it through that. Eventually they all, well, almost every one of them has to go. We're going to clear down to the road. So all of this is going to be cool season prairie grasses. We're going to do an experiment on cool season prairie grasses for horse grazing. That'll be pretty interesting. Most of the stuff is junk trees, but we do have some nice walnut in there that we will sell. But other than that, most of this is junk. It's just birch and stuff, so most of it will be stacked up and burned. There's the wood piles. Yeah, these are a combination of trees that I cut out of here, tree prunings from up in the yard, and all the vine prunings from last year and this year. This is all from last year. That one has all the new stuff in it as well. It's going to be quite the fire. I need to get this burned before it starts raining. It's nice and crunchy. I have my fire swatter laying right there, ready to burn. So I really need to get down here tomorrow. Come on, cat. This is going to be a hell of a blaze here, but it won't last long. Yeah, all this stuff up on top is the prunings from the vineyard from this year. And it has the prunings from the trees, which you can see intertwined in here. There's some cherry right there. Yeah, this will make a good blaze. I just got to watch out for that cedar over there. I'll have to bring some water down and spritz that down. But I don't think we're going to have any wind tomorrow, so it's a perfect day. I want this oats to burn as well, but I can't sit and watch it all day, so if it does, it does. Yep, no more snow in the vineyard. Little bit in the field. And stuff is starting to green up. You can see my daughter with the horse up there, possibly. You can't zoom with these GoPros without turning off the camera, and it just takes too long, so you'll have to take my word for it. There's a horse and a girl over there. Alright, I'm going to head over and walk through the west pasture. Well, we had the top of that tree fall over here. This one was down last year. This one just fell as well. I'm not really sure. I know that bigger one was down before. What we need to do over here, I don't have the time to keep clearing and burning over here this summer. So just here and there, I gotta come in here and just make sure it's clear enough for the horses to get around in here. Make sure all the trees are girdled so that they die back, and make clear paths so the horses aren't, you know, stepping over nasty stuff like that. This overwintered under the snow. I also need to get the right kind of grass seed on these semi-bare areas. I raked all this stuff up. If you've seen the videos, I made these fires right here at the end of last year. So I went through and raked up a ton of stuff right in this area and burned it. But now we have semi-open ground, and this will be all foxtail if I don't get some good seed in here. Come on, big kitty. So I got to make sure to get that on my list and get some orchard grass seed. Oh, yeah, there's another tree down. I believe it's hard to remember all of them. Yeah, that one was up higher last year, and that one has mushrooms on it, so it's not new. It has mushrooms right on the butt. Yeah, it's quite the jumbled up mess here. That right up there where it's raked, that's about the end of civilization, where we have it fully raked and burned and seeded. This stuff down in here is all a work in progress. Yeah, this is all new. Yeah, it seems like we got a lot of tops that fell. I thought the whole trees were going to fall, the ones that were girdled, because this poplar, it's actually aspen, but this poplar is a really weak tree, and they rot really, really easy. You can tell it's rotten. It's got mushrooms going all up and down it. So they'll probably fall when we get some really, really high spring winds. Let me see if we can see down into the ravine from here. I don't think you folks have been in this area at this time of year. Yeah, I was gonna scout this fence too, and the fence is down all over the place. We're gonna have to get in here when the ground is thawed a bit and put some T-posts in. We put them on these trees back here to save time back when the fence was put in, but we have so many trees falling and stuff down here. We're always getting the fence knocked out. So that's a big old boy right there. One of the oak savanna trees that fell many, many years ago. This is a big old white oak. They take forever to rot, so this could have fell 30 years ago. So that's this ravine. It forks right here, and then it actually goes into the pasture. And so we got a fence around that. It kind of sucks. But we have a nice white oak right at the very tip of the island, and I wanted to clear over to that as well. I wanted to do that last year, but this year, who knows? We have a very full plate with the addition and the wood shop being set up, so, and like 1,000 plantings. It is incredibly slippery in here. There's just a thin layer, maybe a ½ inch of mud, and then it's ice right underneath that, so really slippery. This is a monster tree. kind of hard to tell how big this thing is, but it's massive. And I got really big hands, so. And then it has an opening in it. I was going to put a door on here. I still might do that. And here's a deer run running right through here. Okay, I think we'll go up this way. Okay, right through here, you can kind of see the edge of the fully cleared area. It's completely cleared up there, but it's kind of mixed a little bit right in here. Still needs to be raked and burned, and got to burn that big pile that I made last year. These logs here were cut this time last year, and I was going to finish this up this spring, but now I got other stuff to do. It's not super important, but now that we have another field up there, that new land that we bought up there, it's not so damn important to get this cleared as fast as possible. We were kind of rushing to get land cleared so we had grass for the horses, but now they can just go into that last field, and this can be done at a slightly more leisurely rate. I still want to get it done as quick as possible, but it's not the priority this year. You finding anything, kitty? Good hunting? Yeah, it's just a beautiful day. Though it was windy this morning, but the wind died down. It's pretty nice out. Spring has sprung. So, not a whole lot to do over here except get that fence more permanent. At the very least, make sure it's not on dead trees. But we have about a month to do that. Like right where I'm standing, this is solid ice. I mean, there's not even a thin layer of mud on this. This is solid ice underneath the grass here. So this won't be ready for the horses for a while now. Yeah, it's really nice and quiet. Very enjoyable. Right, kitty? These are the stumps that I put my homemade stump rod on. And it does not look like they rotted out very much over winter. We'll see once it starts getting wet out this summer if they rot out quick. All I did was I put nitrogen in there. I think I explained that in the video from last year. Nitrogen and sugar. Sugar to help feed the bacteria and microorganisms. Fungus. Okay. All right, so it looks like tomorrow I will be burning down there and getting the last 2 rows of the vineyard tied. I could not pull the wires tight in the vineyard. The tool that I have, it's made by Gripple. It just does not have enough strength to do it. So I got a small wire vise. I ordered it. It's on the way. I'm going to try using a fence puller, a T-post puller. The thing I ordered will grip onto the end of the wire, and then I'll hook that onto the fence puller and pull them tight. That's my plan. I can either use the fence puller, or I might be able to use a pipe bender. But either way, the wire needs to be tightened on all of the trellises, so hopefully I can get that done tomorrow, but I don't think so. I'll get the burning and the tying done. And if possible, I still have 2 vines to prune. It looks like Tuesday or Wednesday could be the first spray day, the day that I spray dormant spray down in the vineyard, which is paraffinic oil to kill the overwintering pests that are on the vine. One of those 2 days might be 50 degrees for at least 24 hours. It has to be 50 degrees for 24 hours after you spray. And that might happen real soon, so a lot of action around here coming up. And we start a job on Monday with our business, and we're wrapping up 2 other jobs for our business. So hopefully I can get out and do all that stuff and videotape it. If worse comes to worse, I'll just show you once it's done. But that'll do it for today. If you want to see all that stuff, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon so you receive notice when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.